From New York City's iconic Hammerstein Ballroom, Ring of Honor presents Final Battle, 0 Hour.
Welcome everyone to Final Battle 0 Hour here from the sold-out Hammerstein Ballroom in beautiful New York City. Ian Riccaboni, Caprice Coleman here tonight getting you ready for what will be the biggest final battle in Ring of Honor history. 4 huge great matches, Caprice, and tonight titles will be defended, careers, legacies will be defined, but on 0 Hour we got 4 huge bouts.
All roads lead to Final Battle, and guess where we're at? We're here tonight, so if you're here for 0 Hour, you gotta stay to see the whole pay-per-view. It's gonna be amazing.
Imagine what you're seeing right now and make it even better for Final Battle. We'll take it to the voice of Ring of Honor, Bobby Cruz, celebrating his 21st Final Battle.
Your opening contest for Final Battle 0 Hour! It's a tag team match, set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit.
Join the Dark Order.
Wow, we are starting things off hot with some tag team action. Fans still filing in.
Team number 1, being accompanied by Evil Uno, at a combined weight of 402 pounds, John Silver, Elvis Reynolds, Dark Order!
The Dark Order with a lot on their mind, including the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles, which will be decided later tonight in the first ever double bull rope match. But here tonight, the Dark Order in a bit of a grudge match. The Grizzled Young Vets want to take things a little more seriously and maybe have even caught the ear of Evil Uno.
I think so. They're trying to recruit people is what they're trying to do, and I don't think Evil Uno is having that, but this grudge match, I don't know, man. Some people play too much in the locker room, and sometimes people stand up to it, and I think that's what the Grizzled Young Vets have done.
The Dark Order is kind of celebrating the lighter side of things. Of course, Uno with the papers. We've celebrated the birthday of the late, great Brody Lee.
Yeah.
As we await their opponents here tonight in the sold-out Hammerstein Ballroom.
Their opponents at a combined weight of 401 pounds, James Drake, Zach Gibson, Grizzled Young Veterans.
You talk about a team with a chip on their shoulder coming into Ring of Honor, winning their last bout here in ROH on Honor Club against MXF Collection. And Caprice, if you have Honor Club, your subscription is valid. You can watch Final Battle here tonight.
That's a Christmas gift in itself,
Yeah.
Guess what I'm getting you for Christmas?
Oh, I appreciate it. That's a great deal. And there it is. Watch ROH.com. Huge event, Final Battle, the biggest of the Ring of Honor calendar year. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Watch ROH.com, the Honor Club app. See the countdown in the upper left corner. Fans still filing in. We had a bit of it's some winter weather here today.
Man, it's cold here. What you talking about?
We're going to start things off with Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order and James Drake of the Grizzled Young Vets. I'll tell you what, we talked about the tag team titles being on the line here tonight, but of course, the double main event.
Oh, my goodness.
The King of New York, as he wants us to call him now, the Ring of Honor World Champion Chris Jericho against the complete Matt Cardona.
Well, it's definitely going to be, we're going to find out who the King of New York is tonight by the end of the night, and that's what I want to see in this main event matchup. We've got 2 main events, Athena and Billy Starkz, so I think that's going to be a great main event as well. Starting off with some great technical wrestling here with Reynolds and Drake.
Yeah, wrist lock exchange, side headlock, shot off, shoulder tackle. Reynolds able to send Drake down. You don't see that too often as Drake gets that low center of gravity. Beautiful leapfrog, hip toss, countered.
There you go. It's the thing that Reynolds does, always surprising with his technical ability. There you go.
Whoa. And look at this. Whoa.
Whoa. Both men trying for an arm drag is what happened there.
And into a pin. Look at this, Reynolds back, double drop kick. No one, oh, double kick up there. And this is reminiscent of the speed I anticipate we will see in the survival of the fittest. Oh, there's Johnny Hungy. Wait, he is on the wrong side.
It's part of the shenanigans.
And again, this was the kind of existential crisis we've been seeing play out on Honor Club. As Johnny Hungy, you see the tape nursing a torn hamstring, Caprice.
And you know, sometimes you have that tape on you, man. It looks like a target to some wrestlers, so let's see how that goes.
Tag made, Zach Gibson. Very tall man, deceptively tall, maybe 6'3", I'd say.
And big as well. Man. See this guy walk through an airport, he attracts attention everywhere he goes.
Certainly does. What a great look at this crowd here, this historic venue, the 13th final battle from New York City. We're so glad you're joining us here on Zero Hour. You can join us if you're an Honor Club subscriber. Oh, look at this.
That's that no-nonsense attitude by Gibson there.
And from face lock up and over, waist lock here, looking for the O'Connor roll. It is blocked by Gibson. Clothesline, swing and a miss. It's Reynolds up the ropes, high cross body. And looking for the cover. And Caprice, what do you make of that cover there?
Reynolds not able to hold on because Zap Gibson is still fresh, man, and popping Reynolds out. But, you know, this contrast in styles is what makes wrestling. You got some wrestlers that are very serious and some wrestlers that are charismatic.
Wow.
You have some wrestlers that like to have a good time.
Cover.
1, 2. And you can't get mad because they don't respect it the same way you do, because I think the sport is still respected, and I think the versatility is what draws people in.
And that knee getting in the hamstring, getting a test early. Oh, big boot. And it's Gibson trying to fight it out of the wrong side of town. Oh!
He's still able to throw those kicks off, man. They sound nice.
Side headlock, tag made. Up and over, nice drop down. Look at James Drake! And Gibson!
Goodness.
And GYV!
Drake lands on his feet.
GYV OMG. Drake delivering. And in Silver now, you see him staggering.
He's staggering by himself on the outside of the ring. Because Reynolds is down, he's fighting, and you see right now that Drake's trying to grab that leg. They're already trying to get to it, but Reynolds is trying to, well, Silver's trying to keep it away from it, and you can see how Gibson is, how
John Silver planting with that left. Oh, look at that. Grabbing a hold of the left leg. James Drake now.
That's what he was going for. You can see how he was planting for it the whole time. Drake was. Silver's trying to keep it away. Now he finally got it in. Now to tag to Gibson. And you know, Gibson is a shark that smells water.
And it is Gibson here with Silver up. Oh, God!
Yeah. That's a hard landing, man. Landing on your back, and every rope is hit on the way down. Turning your knees in different directions. Hamstring as well. That's intentional.
And it is Gibson and Silver now. Silver's in danger. Silver's in danger. Oh, right down to the knee.
And it's the easy single leg takedown.
Well, Caprice, I tore my hamstring playing college baseball. It's not just your hamstring, it's your knee. It becomes your ankle. It becomes the weakness of the entire leg.
And it messes with your speed, your ability to stand with it and everything. And I believe that focal point is exactly what Gibson is hanging on it.
Wow.
Trying for that one-legged Boston Crab, but stand on that hamstring, now wrapping the knee up.
Look at that grip.
Goodness.
Look at that. Silver able to sneak the shoulder out, but can he push out? Oh.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a bad target right there to have, and you can't make it disappear. It's there. Knock again. Right again, man.
And this has gotten personal, much like Jay Lethal versus QT Marshall has, which we'll see later tonight.
Absolutely. But you can't even get mad at this type of stuff. If you come in with a target on your back, people are going to hit the target.
And look at this. It is James Drake just firing away as the Hammerstein coming alive. And nice trap here, wrenching the ankle, the knee.
Yeah, that's the thing about Drake, man. Drake and Gibson, they're great wrestlers, man. They're able to come in with a plan, methodical, and work the plan out to perfection. That's why a lot of people hate them. But to me, it's good wrestling. And right now, Silver's in a lot of trouble and trying his best to pry himself loose.
And into a choke with a pin, too. And that's enough to force the break, but it's James Drake.
Straight kick to the hamstring there. And you can see that Silver can't even hide it anymore.
Trying to mask it, trying to do his best to fight to it, getting to the neutral corner. Forearm delivered.
You can see right now that Drake has cut the ring off.
And Silver, in a bad way, hoisted on the corner in this historic venue, the Hammerstein Ballroom, the 13th time. Final battle will emanate from New York City.
Silver has a better position than he did now.
And look at this, battling for their bearings, battling for that footing.
Yeah. Now Drake has the better position. I don't know what Silver's doing. He has to do it fast.
Oh, and
Silver trying to climb up.
Yeah, and he had to push off that left. Yeah. That left was just a little too slow.
It took too long.
Oh, and look at the power, though, the raw power of John Silver.
It's still the balance that he has to be on the top rope with the runner.
Wow. Desperation Hurricane Rana.
That desperation dedication will have paid off as he's able to tag Reynolds.
And it's Drake, but it's Reynolds. Gibson and Reynolds now. The clothesline. Oh, big boot to Drake. Nobody home for Gibson. Alex Reynolds.
Reynolds on fire. Reynolds been waiting to get in here. But got that elbow met Gibson right in the nose.
And out goes Drake. And Gibson caught by the wrist. Reynolds swing. Catches Gibson. Arms are butterflied. Reynolds holding on. Cover. 2 and the powerbomb.
Goodness, that was perfect execution on that powerbomb. His stack and everything. Gibson showing a lot of fortitude there, man. You can see the back of his neck reeling now. Those powerbombs staying high and stacking it.
And Reynolds staying on Gibson here, looking for the fisherman. Oh, James Drake able to get in there, take advantage of the fact that Silver's still on the outside.
Yes, by itself. And now is Reynolds. And a grizzled young vets are used to this, and they're going to take advantage of it.
Charging in, up and over. Oh, Gibson.
Gibson on to the outside on the floor, not able to produce his landing the way he wanted to. He might have jammed his knee there.
But delivering the forearm. Gibson with the Irish whip. It's Reynolds into the corner. Reynolds now, big boom! Double stop driven down through the chest of Gibson.
You see right there, Reynolds looking at his corner, trying to find. But
wait a second! What is this?
What?
Oh! Spear brainbuster combo!
And this is what separates the Dark Order from everybody. Always with the innovation.
And it's Reynolds now with an opportunity to cross the finish line here.
Gibson's by himself.
Reynolds, double stop. Unprotected spine. Cover
do it right here.
No.
It's the second time that Gibson has kicked out of something that could have put many people away.
A lot of resolve from Gibson.
My God, his suplex spear was so impressive from the Dark Order.
And a tag. No! Whoa! James Drake, wait a minute, roll up! Gibson, 2, the stack gets 2.
I thought Gibson was gonna try to steal it there.
Oh, the throat thrust. Stuns Reynolds.
Yeah, that's a desperation right there. Whenever you see a throat thrust, the last ditch maneuver.
Oh, wait a minute, Reynolds is caught. Tag made. Reynolds is trapped by Gibson.
Trapped by hands as well. Wrist control, what is this?
James Drake. Whoa! Standing doomsday, cover, 2. Oh, wow. And if there was anything that saved that, I think Drake hit Reynolds high.
This is what you want. This is what you want. This is what you want.
Look at Gibson. Wait a minute, Evil Uno.
Uno's up.
Those papers like Brody Lee.
Yeah. Trying to set that distraction, man. Trying to buy Reynolds some time.
We just threw it away. To this. This is mine. To this.
Whoa, whoa. No. Give those back. Oh, he's got more. And look at Gibson. But those were decoys. Those were decoys. Gibson. Clothesline. Silver sends Gibson out. Drake, no one home in the corner. Up the ladder.
He's by himself.
There we go. And look at this. Dark Order moving fast. Stunner. German. Combo. 1, 2. Oh, my God. Oh. Deck the halls.
My goodness, not only was Gibson able to break the count, but he might have ended Reynolds for the rest of the match. Hungy's by himself now. Tagged in. Still hurt, though.
And Drake sent to the outside. And Silver officially in now. And, oh, cannonball! Lands on his feet. Watch out, Silver! And look at Silver sending James Drake in.
There we go. Silver's going to try to end it here. Gibson's right behind him, though.
Oh, smart move by Gibson.
Yeah.
As Silver.
Silver's by himself, but that took some time right there from Gibson. That time.
It's that hamstring. Yeah, it's that hamstring. And the knee buckles. Oh, no. Oh, no. The leg sweep. Tag made.
Reynolds is still down.
Oh, that high low.
Yeah, that's got to be enough.
Cover. 2. Drake makes the save, and it's 3.
The winners of this match, Grizzled Young Veterans.
That's tag team wrestling right there, Riccaboni.
The Grizzled Young Vets hammer their point home to the Dark Order. Now with wins over MXM Collection and the Dark Order back-to-back, you gotta think that GYV has put themselves in title contention here tonight. But speaking of MXM Collection, Caprice, here tonight, we will see one half of MXM. Mansoor, that'll former Ring of Honor World Television Champion Atlantis Jr.
It's gonna be amazing. And now we have some Ring of Honor wrestling here. Two greats from Ring of Honor, QT Marshall and Jay Lethal. They're gonna knock it off, and you know that's gonna be here at Hammerstein.
The World Television title will be on the line. Survival of the fittest. Brian Cage enters with 5 foes. Can he fend off all 5 and leave with the title here tonight, Caprice?
The TV championship for the men, but the TV championship for the women will be in singles competition. Layla Hirsch has put in her ticket, and she will be going against Red Velvet.
And a rematch over a year in the making. Athena with a title for over 2 years, defending against protege minion Billy Starkz. Let's see how he got there for this huge grudge match main event here tonight.
I'm tired of being angry, Billy, because I'm getting used to your disappointment. You shouldn't have lost my television championship at Death Before Dishonor, and this hurts me more than it hurts you. You are officially a minion in training once again.
The nerve of Athena just talking down to the former World Women's Television Champion.
I don't understand. Lexi gets credit for everything I've done for you, for this.
Time to roll the dice.
Some dissension between the world champ and her minions.
With friends like this, who needs enemies?
Okay, Billy, Athena celebration is going to be one of the greatest moments.
Billy Starkz isn't sharing in the enthusiasm.
Get out of my ring, minions! Now!
3, 2, 1.
This party sucks! And Billy, this is all your fault.
I'm done.
Billy Starkz is realizing herself that she is good on her own.
You owe me an apology. You're the one that lost my championship.
I sit on the top of this mountain, Billy.
I see the way you look at me. You are jealous.
Since this is all my fault, and you wanted an apology for weeks now, how about I give you a fight instead?
What I did before to you, I'm willing to do 10 times over.
The war has started.
Will Billy Starkz emerge from underneath the wings of the fallen goddess here tonight with the World Women's Championship on the line? But up next, Caprice, a huge bout in the women's division.
Making her way up the ranks is Harley Cameron, and she'll be taking on Hanako from Stardom.
Exciting debut. Anything can happen here in Ring of Honor, especially in this historic venue. Our 13th final battle in New York City.
This match is set for one fall, a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, wrestling of Gold Coast, Australia, Harley Cameron.
Can you believe Harley Cameron was Harley Graham?
Yeah, I don't put anything past Harley Cameron anymore.
And have you seen her play guitar? That's what I've been.
Well, you know, she can sing and she can play guitar. She's gifted, man. She's using those gifts any way she can and very creative with them. She's just not good at making friends.
Well, Harley Cameron has made friends, we think, with Rachel Ellering here in Ring of Honor.
It went around a long way, though.
Yeah, coming off a huge bout on Rampage against former AEW Women's World Champion Toni Storm, continues to put herself to the test, including here tonight with this ROH debut.
Reporting, wrestling of Kyoto, Japan, Hanako.
Hanako, part of Empress Nexus Venus, led by Mina Shirakawa.
They call her the 181 Wonder, standing over 6 feet tall.
And just her second year in professional wrestling. A lot like Harley Cameron, both of these women just starting to scratch the surface of what's possible, finding themselves in top-tier professional wrestling against top-tier competitors.
And that speaks a lot about themselves, man. Being able to get noticed that fast and come into high-caliber athleticism matches just that fast speaks a lot about the work ethic that you have. And we've seen Harley Cameron, man. She's improved so much, even though she's a little quirky.
And we're seeing some push-ups here.
Got to get ready, man.
Can never be too ready, I suppose. And the Code of Honor here, too. One of Harley Cameron's favorite things about competing here in Ring of Honor.
She is great with the Code of Honor, man. She really puts that handshake in there.
And Caprice, I don't have to tell you, 2 huge women's title bouts. When the clock strikes 8 on the East Coast, 5 on the West Coast, and 6 and 7 in between, you gotta join us on Honor Club. If you're an Honor Club subscriber and watch every week, you can join us with a valid subscription at no additional cost to see 2 championship bouts. The Ring of Honor Women's World Television title. Oh, Red Velvet defending against Layla Hirsch. And the big one, Athena defending against former protege, minion, former Women's World Television champion, Billy Starkz.
Yeah, in a rematch that Athena almost lost, and we're facing a different Billy Starkz now. Oh, my goodness.
And there's that power from Hanako.
Hanako very patient with her appearance, and Harley Cameron having to change her game plan a few times, not able to use power, not able to use finesse or get Hanako out of her game plan. Look at his stance right here.
Yeah, that is an athletic stance.
Yeah.
Dropping those hips just enough. Oh, and maintaining that height advantage to shrug Harley off. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, that maintaining balance and it's a big thing, especially for like bigger athletes. A lot of times you can get a bigger athlete off their balance, and that's when you can take advantage of it. But Hanako is showing that it's not an issue that she has, and I think that comes from volleyball.
And look at this front face lock here. And fans, of course, when the clock strikes the top of the hour, you need to make a move. You need to join us. On the bottom left, you can see how it's done. Watch ROH.com, the Ring of Honor app. Oh, if you're a member of Honor Club, oh, goodness. You can join us for no additional cost. We know we got fans watching on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram Live, you name it. But you need to be on Honor Club when the clock strikes the top of the hour. Great ring awareness there by Harley to throw the knees up.
Yeah, Harley is impressive, man. She continues to improve, but I'm also impressed by Hanako. The strength that she's showing. Yeah, that balance right there, able to get right back to her feet.
Wow, around the neck.
That is a very strong base and core. Yeah, see what I mean?
And Hanako, that pop, that forearm, the big boot.
Yeah. How often do you see power on display this much by the women?
Whoa! And how many times do you see that big boot over the top rope?
Yeah, Hanako's different.
Harley sent to the outside. Harley 2-1 in Ring of Honor, including some huge wins, defeating Trish Adora and New Japan's Viva Van, who has been competing in CMLL. So Harley picking up quality wins at that.
Yeah, Harley's planning right here, trying to, I can see right there her wheels were turning, trying to figure out something else, changing her game plan again. Maybe she feels she can get Hanako on the outside of the ring. That outside of the ring may favor Harley Cameron. Yeah,
oh, and it does.
Say it.
Little rope-a-dope there, forcing the cat and mouse.
That's exactly what Cameron's doing. She said, I can't beat her on the inside, I can't overpower, I can't out-wrestle her. I get her on the outside where I can use some weapons that I won't get disqualified for to get to advantage, and that's exactly what Cameron has done.
And it is Harley now, just stalking Hanako. Oh!
It's a different confidence in the eyes of Cameron now.
Making her Ring of Honor debut. Oh! This competitor from Stardom.
I like
Empress Nexus Venus.
I like that press right there that Cameron did in the back. She's trying to neutralize Hanako. Neutralizing her, keeping her strength away from, kind of makes everybody the same level here. And now Cameron taking her time because she knows she has Hanako where she wants. She would take a count out. See right here, she'll take a count out for the win.
Certainly will, and who wouldn't here in front of the sold-out crowd in the Hammerstein Ballroom, Caprice?
Yeah.
A win is a win is a win is a win.
She doesn't think Paul is counting fast enough.
And of course, the 20 count in Ring of Honor, which is sometimes for a debuting star might be lost in translation, adds some anxiety.
I think that 20 count got Harley Cameron once she realized it.
Yeah. And that shot to the ribs, nice snapmare.
Still in control though, taking her time.
And and just that point of the elbow.
Yeah, right there on the collarbone, man. That can mess with your shoulder joint. Locking in that neck vise there. Also messing with the oxygen level.
And then those strikes remind me of Katsuyori Shibata, who we'll see later tonight when we head into Final Battle. Ooh, he'll be taking on the Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington, making his Ring of Honor debut.
Tell you what, man, the blood runs deep in that Dynamite Kid, I tell you that much.
Yeah. And Hanako, Harley on the shoulders. Oh, Samoan drop.
A lot of heart shown by Hanako. I don't know if that's enough to gain control. Whoa. Yes, it is.
Big splash in the corner.
Must have took a lot out of Harley Cameron.
Now into the corner. It's Hanako charging in.
Oh my God, there's a lot of speed behind that as well.
And rolling Harley through. Hanako.
There's it that time.
Hooks the leg. 2. Oh, that was close.
Man, that was 2 and 9 and 9 and 9 and 9.
No ropes used there, but of course, the Pure Rules has a unique set of rules that go with the ropes. We will see the Lee Moriarty Open Challenge here tonight.
My goodness, I don't know who's going to challenge. I think Matt Taven's going to try to do it.
Again?
Well, he would close up the title reign for him.
Well, he's competing here on 0 Hour as well. I mean, I heard there was a race to sign the contract. I heard you wouldn't believe the names I heard that were lining up to sign that thing.
Give me something I wouldn't believe. Harley Cameron is stuck in this tree of woe here.
Look at this.
See her ankle laced on the other side, and she's in a lot of pain. Got one leg free.
Beautiful counter from Harley Cameron. Big back elbow. And
Stabber.
Got all of it. And the height comes back to bite Hanako. Oh, you're a wizard, Harley Cameron. Leg hooked. 2. No.
Whoa. Tell you what, 2 near falls by both opponents, and I think Cameron thought that was it. Now having to rethink what I have to do. One thing you have to do is not let Hanako get back to her feet.
Absolutely, you're right. The crowd thought that might have been 3. They really rallied around Harley's quirky personality.
Yeah.
Her spunk, oh, look at this. Hanako!
Yeah. She let her back to her feet, man, and Hanako is showing another spin here.
But Harley took advantage of that. The flying head scissor.
Tell you what, always improving. And it's Harley Cameron.
And always thinking. Harley Cameron now. Charging in. Up the ladder. Caught. The monkey flip blocked.
I tell you what, Hanako's showing so much strength.
And
it's a lot of power on display here. But Hanako, the backbreaker. My goodness.
Powerhouse. Knee to the back.
I can get used to this, man.
Yeah. Hanako, this torture rack. Where's Harley gonna go?
Goodness, face first is where she went. This might be enough, Riccaboni.
Shoots the half, leg hooked. 2, 3.
The winner of this match, Hanako.
Wow, rising star in stardom. Debuts here tonight in Ring of Honor. And we know Mina is here.
Oh yeah, Shirakawa.
And is she bringing the whole crew? Is she bringing the entirety of Empress Nexus Venus? We'll see. Fans, here tonight at Final Battle, the first ever double bull rope match will happen. Code of Honor adhered to. The Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles on the line. The Sons of Texas defend against the Righteous.
Something I've noticed is you really got to force the hand in this place to get what you want. We should have been the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions a long time ago.
Dustin, your father saw a lot of potential in me. This was handed down to me because we all know that you are the weakest link in our family.
The Righteous like to play their so-called mind games. You crossed the line, and now it's on.
Now, you're seeing the polka dots for Daddy.
Final Battle, double bull rope match for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship.
Death walks in New York City!
The puddled blood is the currency. The bull rope, well, that's the connective tissue. The Sons of Texas put more than the World Tag Team titles on the line tonight in the first ever double bull rope match against the Righteous Caprice.
Tell you what, man, the tag team titles mean so much in Ring of Honor, and we have 2 of the top contenders vying for it right now. For contendership, we have the Infantry versus the Undisputed Kingdom, and that's up now.
And two teams, no shortage of history between the two. We'll get that as we head to Bobby Cruz.
This tag team match is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Team number one to be accompanied by Shane Taylor and Trish Adora. At a combined weight of 401 pounds, the Captain Sean Dean, Bad News and Tattoo, Carly Bravo, the Infantry.
Bravo on the left, Dean on the right, Adora and Taylor down the middle. The Infantry were well on their way to establishing themselves as one of the top teams in Ring of Honor, even taking their opponents here tonight to a draw and a proving ground bout that got them a title shot at the then champions, the Undisputed Kingdom. Unfortunately, they were not satisfied with coming up short, and they invoked some new mentorship.
The mentorship, probably the best mentorship you could have, and that is Shane Taylor Promotions.
But they are facing two men who embody Ring of Honor through and through.
Their opponents, wrestling out of Boston, Massachusetts, at a combined weight of 427 pounds, they are representing Undisputed Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett.
Taven leading the way, saying it is his 10th final battle.
Yeah.
Caprice, the last time we were in this building, Matt Taven was the world champion.
I tell you what, man, it's like them or not, coming down the aisle, this is Ring of Honor, man. Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, Hammerstein Ballroom, this is awesome.
Taven and Bennett, 3 times over Ring of Honor World Tag Champs. We talked about the history. Wait a minute, and how the roles have reversed.
Bravo's still up, too.
Oh, no, and they're going to look down this early.
It's guerrilla warfare right there, sticking from behind.
And it's Bravo on the inside. On the outside, Captain Sean Dean taking it to Mike Bennett here, just under a half hour away. But fans, you have to join us over on Honor Club. All subscribers can join us for a final battle, the biggest event of the Ring of Honor calendar year. Go to watchroh.com. And it's Taven flying out the conqueror.
My goodness, that was fast. That was early.
And they are leaving nothing to chance, both of these teams. Things have ramped up over the last few weeks, Caprice, including this just yesterday on Honor Club.
Yeah, and I tell you what, man, if you think about,
look at that. Oh, we take another look. What a dive.
You think about the road traveling to #1 contendership. Of the tag team titles, the Infantry are the first team to beat somebody in the proving grounds to earn the championship in a very long time. And this is the team that beat Boston. My goodness.
That's that Boston Bayonet. And Mike Bennett here, oh goodness.
And I tell you what, if the Infantry was able to get a win over Bennett and Taven, then imagine what they're able to do with Shane Taylor in their corner. My goodness.
As Bennett now laying in those forearms in the corner, tag made. And Matt Taven now in as the legal man. Shane Taylor could have a big night here tonight if his charge, his protege.
Flying drop kick, my goodness.
Cover here, 1, 2. The pure champion Lee Moriarty can exit the Hammerstein Ballroom as pure champion. Some of the names I heard would blow your mind. Caprice, I even heard you try to put your name in the hat.
But I'm not going to say nothing.
Look at that. Sweeping the leg of Matt Taven.
This is part of that new feeling that you get from the Infantry. No nonsense by any.
Yeah.
This is our time now.
Told you.
And Bennett distracted by Adora and Shane Taylor. He couldn't even see what was happening.
Said no more fair fights, no more. For so many years, so many times they followed the rules, kissing the babies and all this stuff, and they said it's got them nowhere. So now it's by any means necessary, and they've been racking up the wins, Riccaboni. You can't deny that.
That's straight right. And we've seen that attitude change, that drive change, that poise change. Oh, goodness. Quick tag made here. And now it is the captain, Sean Dean, putting the boots. The Grand Slam champion, Matt Taven. Oh, look at this.
You can't get mad at it, man, because we've seen Taven and Bennett squeak through so many matches doing the same thing.
You know, you're not wrong, Caprice. But it's just jarring. It remains jarring that these two veterans who defended our country just turning their back on the fans in a way. And it's just by bending the rules. It's just by finding openings. And I'm just not used to seeing it yet from Dean and Bravo.
I tell you what, man, sometimes you go through so much, you look at the tapes, you look at the videos back and all, and you see that if you would have done this, you would have won. and you try to do your best to stay in the rules, and the people that beat you didn't follow them. Oh!
Big back elbow.
It makes you want to do the same thing right here.
Oh, Carly. BT. Leg hooked. 2. Nice cover there.
But shoulder up by Taven, but Taven's in a lot of trouble right there. Carly Bravo in control. Needs to cut that ring off and keep Taven inside.
Certainly does. As Bravo delivers on the arm. Oh, and this is even different.
There you go.
That's even different from Bravo. Trying to instigate, trying to lure Bennett in. Oh, no!
See why now? My goodness.
That's straight right.
Taven may be asleep. I gotta go get him a pillow, Riccaboni.
One of the greatest world television champions Ring of Honor's ever seen, Shane Taylor. Hit that right, Taven back up, back up. He's moving.
That DDT out of nowhere, man. I've had that happen to me with Matt Taven. It comes out of nowhere. You think you're in control, and he surprises you just like that.
Oh, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did Stefan see it? No, he. Oh, Adora ran it out. Bennett.
You have to see it, though. You got to listen to him. Listen to Stefan and get out the ring.
Caprice, what?
I'm just saying that it's not going to change anything, Riccaboni. Referee's not going to say I was wrong.
Fair point. Fair point.
Ooh. Sometimes you get your feelings in it, man, and you're not doing nothing but hurting your opponent, your partner.
You make a great point. I can't argue that. You've been in the squared circle. You've competed here against the Briscoes. Taven up and over.
And Hammerstein.
Whoa. In this historic venue, Matt Taven rolls through, makes the tag. Big clothesline. And another.
I like the way Bennett owns the center of the ring, man. Bennett is in charge.
Look at this. And it's Mike Bennett. Unloading on the captain, Sean Dean.
Dean's rinsing in pain right there. Yeah, you can have some too, Carly.
Light it up, Carly. Bravo! My goodness.
Bravo making.
Big clothesline. And it is Captain Sean Dean. Set down with the spine buster. Bennett looking to stack up, maybe. Spicoli driver.
And it's right on Sean Dean. This might be it.
2. No, 2 count only.
Dean got a lot of fight in him, man. Whether you like the attitude change or not, it's still 2 great athletes. They're just under different mentorships right here. Might be playing a little mouse here.
Oh. And look at this. These knife edge chops again. Well, that's unusual. Just a flat-out ass. Bennett unloading.
For a second, Bennett stopped.
It almost worked.
Bennett's a nice guy.
I'll tell you, that won't work in our double main event between Cardona and Jericho for the men's world title. Athena, Billy Starkz for the women's world title. Those have gotten entirely too personal as Stefan trying to keep Taven back, and fans at the top of the hour, watch ROH.com. If you're joining us on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram Live right now, we need you to switch over to Honor Club. Either watch ROH.com, the Ring of Honor app. That's the way to join us. If you have an active Honor Club subscription tag made, you watch the biggest event of the year for no additional cost.
You got 20 minutes to do it. Do it now.
And look at this. It streams nicely to Google Chrome. It's great. Oh, look at this. It is Dean. And they send Bennett down.
Tell you what, man, always innovative new moves they're bringing out. Here's a pin.
Oh, cover. 2.
You know what? Bennett did not kick out of that.
And that would have been a huge win for the Infantry.
Bennett did not kick out of that, man. Taven made the save. And I thought maybe Sean Dean took too long to get that cover because Stefan was looking for the shoulders, but Bennett didn't kick out. And you can see he's wincing right now.
And Caprice, they're unbeaten since they joined Shane Taylor Promotions. That would have been a huge win, defeating 2 ROH legends. Boot camp broken up by Mike Bennett there.
Definitely trying for boot camp, and I think Bennett had that scouted.
And look at this, looking to make the tag. It's Captain Sean Dean with Bennett. Bennett pushes off. Can he turn? He does. Tag is made. In comes Matt Taven.
Taven in house of fire.
And look at this. Big boot. Those long legs of the 6'3" Matt Taven. Spinning heel kick.
Good, that spinning heel kick. Perfection. Ducking under.
Oh, and Taven rolling through.
There's something about the Hammerstein ballroom, Riccaboni.
Brings out the best in Taven. And kick of the king.
That might be enough, man. Look at Bravo's eyes.
Could be cover. 2. And you never know, because if you're in Ring of Honor, if you're in the Hammerstein, that extra jolt of adrenaline comes in. Tag made.
Oh, man, so many memories I have in this building.
Dalton Castle winning the world title. Jay Lethal's successful world title defenses. Jay Briscoe standing tall. Main eventing final battle. Look at that Spicoli driver. And it's just the tip of the knee. Bennett here, looking to make new memories here tonight.
That's that power driver. Oh, my goodness. That's a precursor, Riccaboni, but it might be it.
2.
Not enough.
And Taven with some surefire confidence there.
Yeah, he thought that was it, but didn't even make the block right there.
Call for the Hail Mary. Call for the Hail Mary.
Yeah, now if they hit this, it's definitely going to be enough.
It will 100% be over. The Kingdom. Look at Shane Taylor.
Shane Taylor knows it. Shane's been in the ring with these guys.
Trish, no! What? No! Not Trish! Backhand behind Stefan's back!
Hey, Stefan didn't see it.
Wait a minute! It's boot camp! Boot camp! Leg hook! 2! No! No!
I haven't seen anybody kick out a boot camp, Riccaboni.
And the Infantry have to dial something else in. They have to compartmentalize those emotions. Tag made.
So many people I've seen put away by boot camp, and now they've hit it. Something they was going for, and it still didn't work. They have to try something else.
Oh, and Taven. Taven's got Carly Bravo, who splits the uprights. Oh, out of the way.
Yeah.
Bennett with a forearm. Taven in. Oh, wait a minute. Could it be Rockstar Super? No, my
goodness.
Bennett with a cover. 2. Undisputed Kingdom win.
The winners of this match, Undisputed Kingdom.
The 3-time champs make more history here tonight at the Hammerstein.
I tell you what, man, hard-fought battle, fight through a lot of adversity. Trish Adora, Shane Taylor on the outside trying to help the Infantry get the win, but your winners, the Undisputed Kingdom, man, it looks good in Hammerstein, Riccaboni.
Certainly do. 3-time tag champs, but when we talk about titles, how can we not talk about the Ring of Honor World Championship here tonight? For not only the world title, but the title of King of New York. It will be the Learning Tree, the King of New York, Chris Jericho, defending against the complete Matt Cardona.
I was once known as the king of the world. But every king needs a throne from which to rule. A castle, a capital, a city. And there is no greater vantage point from which to rule the world than New York City.
He's gonna take him right to the top!
The Nueve came out on top again, because that's what great Ring of Honor champions do.
Respect the Learning Tree, indeed.
That brings me to final battle at the Hammerstein Ballroom in the Big Easy. Nobody is more of a New Yorker than Chris Jericho. And as the king of New York City, I'm gonna face somebody who has the warrior attitude that people from the Windy City have. But I don't know who that's gonna be. Who's gonna step up to face the king of New York?
Are you kidding me? Complete Matt Cardona!
The name of the man that's gonna beat you to become Ring of Honor World Champion is Matt Cardona.
Ring of Honor represents everything about independent wrestling that I love.
New York City is a place where potential is realized and where dreams are made.
There's nothing more pro wrestling than the Hammerstein Ballroom.
But there's a big difference between dreams and delusion.
And if anybody's the king of New York, it's me.
Chris Jericho, Matt Cardona, Ring of Honor World title on the line.
You have reinvented yourself, but the king of reinvention, Chris Jericho, just taught you a lesson.
I need this title. I need this moment.
It's time for the king to retain his crown.
The King of New York versus the King of the Independents for the heart, the soul of Ring of Honor, and the Ring of Honor World Championship here tonight in the sold-out Hammerstein Ballroom.
That's in the pay-per-view, Riccaboni, but we're still here for 0 hour, and we're going to have Lee J going against the Gates of Agony. They've been waiting on this one.
Certainly have a battle that's been brewing on Honor Club.
This tag team match is set for one fall, a 20-minute time limit. Team number 1 at a combined weight of 537 pounds, Bishop Khan, Toa Leona, Gates of Agony.
And what an imposing duo. Khan on the left, Toa Leona on the right. 18-2 in their career as a tag team in Ring of Honor, riding an almost unprecedented winning streak as a team.
Yeah, that's 18-2, but 16 of that is in a row, Rick.
Yes. 2 times, 2/3 of the ROH World Six-Man Champions. They had 10 defenses there, and nobody has held those six-man titles more than Khan has.
Right.
Championship pedigree. Taking on potentially the next biggest ROH tag team.
Their opponents at a combined weight of 474 pounds, Lee Johnson, EJ, and Duca Lee J.
Here come the judge. Here come the judge. Here come the judge. Here come the judge, Riccaboni.
EJ and Duca. There you see Lee Johnson. Lee J 3-0 in tag team action. If you've been joining us week to week, we've seen some great singles competition among these 4 men. It was Lee Johnson who took on Toa on the right. And then we saw Khan battle Lee Johnson as well on both occasions. A little scuffling after the bouts.
Yeah, it's working up because Gates of Agony trying to double team Lee Johnson here, and EJ said, no, you got friends now. Lee Johnson having the back. EJ having the back of Lee Johnson, and now it's 2-on-2, and I definitely want to see this. This is a big challenge for Lee J, though. I don't know if they've still this much competition as the Gates of Agony, but we're going to see how they do in this contrast in styles, man. Even the smash and dash presence that Lee J brings is awesome, and almost like Shaq and Kobe in there.
Yeah. Well, if there's Shaq and Kobe, you gotta relate the Gates of Agony maybe to those Detroit Pistons bad boys teams.
Yeah.
Who just wear you down, grind you out.
The difference is, man, they're 2 of the same kind, 2 brute strength guys. I think Connor's more the technical one, but Lee Johnson is definitely the tech savvy one, and EJ is the powerhouse. And anytime you have a tag partner like that, you have to change your style when they tag in. And if you don't see them tag in, it definitely catches you off guard.
A nice shoulder tackle there. Of course, Lee Johnson snuck out a victory against Khan just yesterday on Honor Club. And I say snuck out because that was Khan's first singles match in Ring of Honor.
You don't sneak out. In the book, they don't say it's a sneak out. They say it's a victory.
Well, we witnessed it. We called it. We see a Khan elbow tie-up here. And you're right, the strength advantage going to the Cameroonian Prince, Bishop Khan.
Yeah, that's right. He's a prince, Riccaboni.
Yes, sir.
He's got money with his face on it.
Well, that Bakwari fighting, that's how you become the leader of your village there. Look at this nice drop down, waist lock, off the ropes now, duck down. It's Khan, big leapfrog there, off the ropes. Lee J. Whoa, Lee Johnson, nice drop down.
That's what I mean. Whoa! That's what I mean by Lee Johnson, man. So impressive.
And think about this. When Lee Johnson competing for the world television title, in that 2 out of 3 falls bout against Kyle Fletcher, tag made.
Smart.
Pinned one of the current hottest wrestlers in AEW as EJ and Duca coming in now.
Well, we knew that Lee Johnson had so much potential, man. Being #1 contender for the television title, almost winning it. And all he needed was somebody to have his back. And my goodness, look at the person that has his back now.
And speaking of television titles, wait a minute, cover here. We will see both the men's and women's television title on the line at the top of the hour. Fans, you need to join us. Watch ROH.com, the Ring of Honor app. Because at the top of the hour, final battle begins from the Hammerstein Ballroom. And I'll tell you what, the huge title bouts, the double main event, I'm looking forward to most. Jay Lethal versus QT Marshall in that grudge match. It's gotten deeply personal there.
Yeah, definitely personal. It's QT's fault.
Oh!
It's QT's fault. And I think QT took, with Jay saying he wanted a bigger marquee match. Watch his back break.
Oh! Tell you what, if you're in the Hammerstein, though, if you're in front of a sold-out crowd, this historic venue, the biggest event on the calendar year, it doesn't matter if you're at 0 hour or the main event.
Oh no!
Oh, goodness! You are in a marquee match, and Lee Johnson might be out of a marquee match.
Sitting right on the ribs of Lee Johnson, did Toa there. But yeah, I think QT didn't like the way Jay Lethal said he wanted a bigger marquee match, and he made it personal. My goodness!
I have sympathy. I can't believe I'm saying this. I do have a little bit of sympathy for QT Marshall.
Why is that?
Because we've all been there. We've all felt like we're overlooked, that we're underappreciated.
QT Marshall don't feel that way. He says he's everywhere. He's the hottest thing going on right now.
Yeah,
he's been on TV. He's been all these places. That's QT Marshall.
I'll tell you what, Athena, talk about mainstream attention. I saw the press, the interview she's been doing. Tag made to Khan. One half of the double main event, defending the title. And we say a year in the making for the rematch. I'd say this is well over a year. Yeah. She took Billie Starkz under her wing. Yeah. But to me, it's always been boiling up. We've seen the potential in Billie Starkz, and I think Billie has finally realized it too.
Well, who would know Athena more than Billie Starkz? My goodness.
And lateral press here, cover 2.
I'll tell you what, being under Athena, you almost have to see the weaknesses sometimes, and I think if anybody knows the kryptonites of Athena, it would have to be Billie Starkz.
That's a great point. EJ and Duca, the judge, trying to get the crowd going. Khan tagged in. Toe with the body shot to Lee Johnson, and now it's Khan, the open hand.
See the difference here now is the ring cut off, and they have Lee Johnson in the middle, and they're not going to let him go anywhere else, man.
That could be what we see when we see the Righteous challenge the Sons of Texas in the first ever double bull rope match for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles.
Yeah, we see that, but also a lot of blood, man. The bull rope match, you can have the bull rope in the match, Rick Abani.
But buckets of blood. We will see the cowbell that Dustin's father, Dusty Rhodes, used against superstar Billy Graham in many Hall of Fame bouts. Look at this, off the ropes.
Lee Johnson tried to get away, couldn't do it. His legs weren't working for him, and now he's going to try to do it again, but he has to get past Khan to do it.
And the tag needs to be made for Lee J to stay in this bout. The outstretched arm of EJ and Duca.
Khan's doing his job, man, trying to keep Lee Johnson from getting away.
And
Lee Johnson
tag is made. And here comes the judge.
Here comes the judge. Oh, my goodness. The 2 bigger men are in. I want to see it. Somebody bring me some popcorn.
Look at this. Arm delivers. And another.
I wish this match was brought to you by Arby's.
Look at this. Wow, just 2 men slugging it out. These giant athletes.
Yeah, Ring of Honor, we have the beef.
And how many times do you see anybody go nose to nose with a 6'8" EJ and Duca?
This is power, man.
Wow.
And I tell you what, Toa continues to get in better shape, man. It's more lean.
Oh!
My goodness.
And neither man
give out. Might be EJ.
And it is EJ first, but off the ropes, ducks the clothesline, and Duca!
Toa let the big man start moving, that momentum moving.
How many times has Khan gone for a ride like that?
Well, every time he got in front of the judge, I guess.
Look at that, up and over.
Like a hammer in the air.
Off the ropes, clothesline. Spins and catches in Duca there. And it's the Gates of Agony looking to continue their winning streak in tag team action.
Toa tried for that fall-away slam, and Duca blocked it. I'll tell you what, when you get in Duca moving, yeah, that spear.
And now cover inside leg hooked. 2.
Ooh. Yeah, I think that's the thing, man. The power lineup is definitely almost a stalemate between the two, but when you get in Duca moving, man, the way he moves, he's always been in control, and now Toa's in the wrong side of town.
And it is Lee Johnson. Tag is made. Into the corner. Fans, I'm being told, should this match cross the top of the hour, we will show the result. We will continue with this match as long as we need to. When we cross the top of the hour for final battle here tonight, taking the knee out there for Toa, but it's Lee Johnson. Lee Johnson delivers.
Yeah, Toa didn't get all he wanted. He got all of that, though, every bit of that.
And now in the corner, tag made to Khan. Now just stalking the monstrous Duca. And it might just take 2 athletes the caliber of the Gates.
I'll tell you what, when Toa hit that knee, it took a lot out of him. My goodness, took a lot out of EJ.
And look at this. It is the Gates of Agony. Wow.
Goodness.
It took both men to plant and Duca cover. 2.
Wow.
And now Lee Johnson in, trying to clear house now.
I've never seen Duca in this much trouble.
Into the corner, slipping out. Oh, bent over, Toa to the outside.
But this is what we meant about putting the test in to see what Lee J can do.
Shotgun drop kick. And now it's Lee Johnson, though. Johnson.
Perfect timing.
Frog splash. Frog splash.
counts.
Period. Flying shoulder tackle from Nduka. And Nduka and Khan, who I believe are the legal men, but Caprice has been so wild on. No! 6-8 moonsault. 6-8 moonsault.
The judge is ready. Don't waste the time. Get to it, man. This would be the biggest win for Lee J if they could pull it off, and it looks like they're very close to it.
And it's Nduka striking with the forearm now. And fans, we will stay with this match as long as we need to as we head toward the top of the hour for Final Battle. Watch ROH.com, the Honor Club app, off the ropes. Oh, look at that, Khan.
Khan holds on.
Whoa!
Ooh, headbutt.
And the forearm. And wait a minute. It's time. Oh, that shoulder. He dropped Nduka straight on that left shoulder.
You see Nduka grabbing that shoulder as well.
Now Nduka on the outside. It's Khan.
But this is the test right here, man. What can Nduka do when he's taking punishment? Can he revive fast, or does it take away? That might have took him out right there. I don't care how big you are, how strong you are. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's nowhere to go, Riccaboni.
Smashed between the knee and the steel steps on the outside. And look at the Gates of Agony almost licking their chops.
Yeah, Lee Johnson knows he's by himself, man. It's like a deer in two lions.
And Lee Johnson's gonna fight though. We've seen this out of Johnson before. We've seen Johnson step up when the lights are the brightest. It's Johnson, shot to the midsection. Separation created up the ladder in Zagiri. Staggers Toa Leona, ducks the right from Bishop Cobb. Neckbreaker delivers now, and it's Lee Johnson popping up.
Big shot.
Oh, look at that. Oh, lures. He lured Toa Leona.
Using the momentum of Toa.
And Lee Johnson, goodness. Make your moment in the Hammerstein.
Nothing like it. Out of the way of Khan. Back up. It's Johnson kick to the face.
And Lee Johnson. Oh, caught. He's caught.
Yeah, he was trying for that Rana now. Oh, my goodness. He hit the steps. He hit the corner of the steps too, Riccaboni.
Oh, and that's the type of mistake that can cost Lee J the match.
And you know Toa and Khan are going to capitalize on this.
Oh, no.
No.
Uh-oh.
Open
yep. The gates.
Yeah. That's it, Riccaboni.
Khan with the pin. Cover. 2. Whoa!
Look at the face of Khan. Shows you we are not used to people kicking out of the gates. They're going to try it one more time.
Oh. And Johnson again.
Yeah.
Cover. 1, 2. That's it.
The winners of this match, Gates of Agony.
So many times you see tag team people kick out of their maneuver. They don't know what to do. But right here, Khan and Toa just did it again. And that's what you have to do. Hit it one more time and down. The Gates of Agony are your victors.
The winning streak continues. And between the Undisputed Kingdom, the Grizzled Young Vets, and the Gates of Agony, whoever emerges from that double bull rope match certainly has a long list of viable challengers.
I tell you what, the tag team division in Ring of Honor is so dense, man. Anybody could be tag team champions. And I am proud of Lee J.
Yeah, great effort. A team stepping up in weight class, stepping up against arguably the team with the best record who is not currently the champs, Capri.
Yeah. And all they have to do is say they want those titles, man. And if I was the champions, man, that's the last thing I want to hear.
Code of honor adhered to. A sign of respect from both teams. And that's the way we do it here in Ring of Honor. But respect is earned, and will respect be earned tonight in the Hammerstein? As we see these four men celebrate Caprice, the matchups, they will be huge. Double main event. Jericho. And Nduka. Johnson, what is this?
I did not expect that at all. Normally it's Toa and Khan that do that, but
what in the world?
This is taking me off guard, man. Lee Johnson and EJ are guys that normally follow the rules and are definitely built on honor, but I think they're taking this loss personal.
And what a way to head into Final Battle, less than a minute away. We'll see a huge double main event. Chris Jericho defends the world title against Matt Cardona. We'll see the women's world title on the line when Athena defends against Billy Starkz. Double bull rope for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles. The men's television title on the line as we see The survival of the fittest caprice. And we'll see the Women's World Television title. The clock is ticking. We need you. The only person we're missing here in Hammerstein is you. Head on over to WatchROH.com. The Ring of Honor app. You need to do it, and you need to do it now. This is Caprice Coleman.
Yeah, this is final battle. You have a final decision to make, and that's buy the pay-per-view. We want to see you on the other side.
All Honor Club subscribers can join us here at the Hammerstein Ballroom, and we need you. Join us on the other side at the top of the hour. WatchROH.com. For Caprice Coleman, I'm Rick Abani. We'll see you right here in the Hammerstein.
I'm going to be there. You better be there.
Over 20 years ago, our lines of war were drawn.
It is the biggest event on the Ring of Honor calendar in its final battle.
But only one battleground is home.
New York City! Welcome to a Ring of Honor in the historic Hammerstein Ballroom!
The 13th final battle hosted in New York.
This is the heartbeat of the Empire State. And every empire must have a king.
Hi, guys. Who's going to step up to face the King of New York?
Are you kidding? Cardona!
The man that's gonna beat you to become Ring of Honor World Champion.
This isn't Tan Boy. This isn't rookie Matt Cardona. This is self-made Matt Cardona taking on Chris Jericho in the most important building in New York City with the most important title on the line.
You're getting everything you ever wanted.